Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? How are we doing? Welcome in. Good to see you. Red Merc Re7 5 months. What's up, dude? Welcome in, brother. Happy 5 months, man. Welcome back. Good to see you. Chaotic in the building over on Twitch. What is up? Will Bigham's in the building. Lonely Fade, shout out to you. Cunning Stunts. First one over on the YouTube chat today. Good to see you. Welcome in. Gamer of Earth. Oni in the building. What's up, dude? SoCom Extraordinaire over there. How y'all doing today? Everybody feeling good? Are we cooking? Are we good, chat? We're just getting started, baby. Mr. Rain Gaming in the building. Yeah, no shit, Chaos. No shit. How are you today, man? Welcome in. Good to see everybody today. Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday, am I right? Thank God it's Friday, man. Tropics in the building. Sticky Toad Frog. Shout out to the mods over on the Twitch side, man. Good to see you guys. It's Friday, baby. It feels good. We made it through another week. Living life for the weekend. Am I right, boys? Can't wait to show you what I've been working on. I'm excited, Lonely. You've been talking about jumping into the game dev sphere for a while. I've been wanting to see you pursue your passions, man. Guys, I did it, by the way. I did it. Last night, I jumped into the Burning Crusade Classic Anniversary. And man, it felt so good. It felt, oh, dude, it's like when you get off meth, you know, and you just get right back to it, or you're clean from heroin. But here I am again, just tying the arm, you know. Grab the syringe, let's fucking inject it in me. It's so fun. Guys, we have a stacked show today. It's going to be, I think, a little bit shorter because there's a few things that I want to talk about, but I don't think the conversation is going to be much outside of, what the fuck is this? And then the next topic is, what the fuck? And then the third topic is so this is gonna die on arrival. That's today's show. Today's show is the Dead on Arrival show, is what we should have called it, because my God, it's really, really bad today. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome in. Good to see you, ladies and gentlemen. Grab a snack, grab a drink. It's lunchtime in the West, wherever the hell you are. It's good to see you. Game Jam information is going to be coming out next week. We're going to be posting the links and stuff for people to, I think you can pre-register. So we're going to be setting that up. We're going to finalize the dates most likely early next week, and then you guys will have all the information. So listen, if you're a game developer and you want to jump into a Game Jam, stay tuned, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Guys, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever the hell you are. Good to see you. Welcome in. We got the Creed shirt on deck. Yeah, I saw them last year, and it felt so fucking good. Guys, our first topic of the day is one of the most ridiculous things I've heard in a while, and we just covered Highguard a couple weeks ago. So, Mindseye co-CEO alleges 1 million euros plus was spent in sabotaging the game, and they're looking to pursue legal action against creators, journalists, and more. this is fucking ridiculous, first of all. We're just going to go through the information here. So their co-CEO, Mark Gerhard, has alleged in an internal meeting with Build a Rocket Boy that they have caught the guys who sabotaged Mindseye in an alleged €1 million campaign. We love Creed. Bro, I love Creed. Creed is the best fucking dude. And we saw them live. Bro, I was maybe... We were so close to the stage. Scott Stapp could have fucking come on me. All right, we were that close to that man. And let me tell you, the aura that guy radiates, holy shit. It was incredible. Pyro, fire, him just dance. It was insane. Oh my God, dude. It was such a great show. One of the best shows I've ever been to. One of the best. Okay, so in the meeting, which took place in late January, so this is actually pretty early or pretty recent, I should say. They were sent to Insider Gaming on the condition that the video not be made public. So there's a video recording of this meeting, which is insanity. Gerhard opened the call by saying they caught the guys who have been sabotaging Mindseye. Guys, I didn't say he did come on me. I said he could have if he wanted to because I was that close to him. All right? There's a difference. So they caught the guys who have been sabotaging Mindseye. He alleged that the company behind the campaign was a very big American company, but that it's probably not the company you're thinking of. Which I'm sure he's obviously alluding to Rockstar here, but he's saying that it's not the company you're thinking of, which would have most likely been Rockstar. So he alleged the smear campaign had a budget of over €1 million spent in 2025 and was orchestrated by the UK-based company Ritual Network. This is obviously courtesy of Insider Gaming. The first little confusing part of this reporting is the fact that it's a very big American company and it's orchestrated by the UK-based company Ritual Network, who are a bunch of gangsters. According to Gerhard, the company has been paying several influencers, including Cyberboy, which, if you guys watched the stream earlier this week, Cyberboy, I believe, he recently threatened him with a cease and desist via Discord. Now, this is coming off the heels of that cease and desist that we talked about earlier this week. So this is insane. Check this out. In the meeting, Gerhard alleges that all of these individuals will all be served in person criminal complaints shortly, and that the criminal charges are for espionage, sabotage, and criminal interference. Everyone who's involved has real problems, including the company behind it. This is the start of our comeback. The big American company allegedly paid Ritual Network. Is that the Tom Henderson in the YouTube chat right now? By the way, big fan of your work ever since leading up to the 2042 launch with the sketches on napkins. Well done, my friend. Well done. Good to see you, brother. This is fucking insanity. Yeah, it's unreal. So Ritual Network denies the allegations. Insider Gaming I think this article was written by you, correct, Tom? So Insider Gaming reached out to the UK-based company for comment, to which they replied, Ritual, I've never even heard of Ritual Network, is a creator support platform and not involved in the matter you referenced. We're not aware of any legitimate legal action involving Ritual Network. This is insane. I've never heard of somebody so delusional in my life. Mindseye sucked. Can we just like call a spade a spade? Mindseye was ass. All right? And it's fine. Like, it's okay that it like, but like guys, this is the start of our comeback. We're going to sue a fucking YouTuber who covers like Grand Theft Auto type content. What are we doing here? This is genuinely one of the most insane stories I've reported on. It's fucking nuts, man. I saw the tweet this morning. I was like, what? What? Okay. When Insider Gaming asked Build a Rocket Boy for comment. Oh, okay. Hold on. I haven't seen this yet. On the allegations Mark Gerhard made in the meeting, a Build a Boy Rocket spokesperson. See, and this is what pisses me off about it. Okay. What pisses me off is Insider Gaming reaches out to Build a Rocket Boy for comment on this person, Mark Gerhard. I don't know who he is, but he's been fucking spouting off, talking shit in Discord, doing the cease and desist. Why don't you spout off to the person reaching out to you for comment? Why does it have to be a spokesperson? Stand on business, put your balls on the table. But they don't. They don't. We don't comment on leaked internal communications. Oh, man. Okay, so this is one thing I will say, and Tom, I'm gonna give you some flowers in the chat while you're here. This is the shit I love because I've been involved in, you know, a couple of times where like you have an employee that is, you know, leaking information or whatever, and the situation is always so fragile because like they're really putting they're putting their livelihoods potentially in jeopardy. So if you think about this, there's an employee at Build a Rocket Boy that fucking filmed the interaction, knowing full well that he was going to leak, or maybe he records everyone. I don't know. But think about that. You have an employee at the studio that is fucking recording. Like, what did he have? Like was his phone just sitting in the pocket next to the pocket protector? Like, how do you film that? So he recorded a conversation and just leaked it to the press. So now internally at Build a Rocket Boy, they must be fucking fuming. That's funny as hell. So kudos to you for breaking this kind of stuff. Gerhard went on to say, the way we win as a business is through the quality of our games, through the love, through the passion we put into Mindseye, as well as suing YouTubers who cover Grand Theft Auto content. That's the other part he forgot to say. Given that this happened to us, I'm going to own this narrative. We will use these people, these names, and these facts for our own fun. We're going to put some of these names into our upcoming spy mission. What? That's interesting because I guess it would depend on the timeline. If they put, let's say they put Cyberboy inside Mindseye and then lose the lawsuit, does that mean that Cyberboy could then go and be like, you're using my likeness without my approval, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what I mean? That could put them that could put them into the hole. Some reports can take months to ensure sources are safe. Legal advice corroboration. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. Well, and the situations that I've been a part of, a lot of the time, a lot of those conversations from my end are always, okay, you're giving me this information. What do you want me to do with it? What's your end game here? What are you looking to accomplish? And then when I ask them that, it's always, well, I'm not sure. I just think that you can do something with it and like get it out to the public. But then I always come back with okay, but you understand that there's only a few people that have this information in your company. You're probably going to be and then it's the back and forth of like, well, do we do it? Should I and it's just there's so much emotion behind it. Lady Wags in the building. Lady Wags. I heard you yapping yesterday about the fact that I think I heard you say that I didn't say hi to you in stream yesterday. Firstly, I apologize. And secondly, relax. Okay. Tom Henderson. Yeah, exactly. Wait, what did Chancey say? Wait, Chancey. Bro had the Meta Ray-Bans. Bro, if an employee, I'll say this. If I ever had an employee walk in with Meta Ray-Bans, it'd be like, I don't give a fuck if you are blind as a bat. Take them off. All right. You ain't wearing that shit around me. Fuck that. Playing any games today, Fry? So here's where I'm at. I'm not going to be playing any games on this stream specifically. I'm going to be doing a Twitch only live stream later today, where we're just going to play games. We're not doing any of the news stuff today. We're just going to play games. I want to play PUBG Blind Spot, but I also want to play Red Dead Redemption and potentially finish that last chapter. But I also want to play Burning Crusade. So I'm still actually debating on what tonight's game is going to be. It should probably be Red Dead Redemption, but I also really want to play the other 2 games too. So I still got to figure that out. But that's going to be just exclusive on Twitch later today. All right. This story's ridiculous. Let me see. Insider Gaming understands that Mindseye's upcoming spy mission will be a reused version of the now canceled Hitman mission announced in June 2025 as they yeah, I saw this too. They separated from IOI. Was this like a negative separation? Insider Gaming has learned the developers behind Mindseye are planning to announce soon that they have decided to part ways with their publisher IO Interactive. According to sources close to the impending news, the decision is driven by Build a Rocket Boy's desire to bring its publishing in-house. I honestly, like, because Build a Rocket Boy not only has Mindseye, they also have Everywhere. I'm surprised they went to a publisher in the first place. It said the upcoming Mindseye / or X Hitman crossover, which was announced during 2025 Summer Games Fest, will no longer be taking place. Damn, that was fucking announced like 9 months ago. It's still not out yet. That's crazy. It launched on June 10th, 2025 to horrible critic reviews. Sue them all. Get rid of them. Does anyone really care with the PUBG spinoff? Okay, so here's where I'm at. I've been speaking to the guys, you know, we're chatting, we're talking shit while we're playing Deadlock. And the amount of people that I've heard say that PUBG Blind Spot just looks like Door Kickers is crazy to me. Like, Door Kickers is like a slower tactical, you can plan out every single move, you know what I mean? And then you play through the scenario. But like, PUBG Blind Spot is essentially top-down Rainbow Six Siege. I'm not saying it's good, but they're 2 totally different experiences. And so I want to at the very least, try it out. I played a demo last year, and it was fun. It was early and a little janky, but it was fun. I still don't understand the mentality that led to Mindseye ever existing in the first place. If I could put a spin on it, or my opinion, I think that is his name Leslie Benzies. Yeah, Benzies left Rockstar, and I think they left on bad terms. And Leslie did I'll make my own Grand Theft Auto with blackjack and hookers. And he started his own company. And then they put all of the resources into Everywhere, which is like this metaverse, like player-driven creation modding platform or whatever. And in order to sell that, he needed to attach a game to it, is what I think happened. Because it's like, we have this modding platform, you can create experiences. It's like the thing in Little Big Planet where people can make games, but we have to prove that. So how do we prove it? We build Mindseye. And hey, listen, I'm a legend in this open world Grand Theft Auto type experience. So let's build something like that, attach it to Everywhere, and build up that platform. I think that's what happened. And then Mindseye was just kind of a really half-assed, I don't know. It just wasn't good. I might be crazy, but Mindseye would have maybe gotten better reception if they never mentioned a metaverse connection. I just think that for the team, the scope of that game, they weren't able to accomplish it. It's an open world game that didn't need to be. You know, when we played it last year, remember that drone mission that just had you fly over the city? And it's like, well, okay, we didn't do anything. We just flew across a city, and it's irrelevant. You didn't have to land anywhere. It was irrelevant. All of the missions were literally just driving to and from the missions, but there was no world interaction. You couldn't run people over. Could you steal cars? I couldn't remember, but like it was like a very neutered version of what we would expect from somebody who created Grand Theft Auto, or was one of the creators of GTA. Yeah, you couldn't go into stores. Like it wasn't a world. It was a level. I think that's the big thing. It wasn't a level, or it wasn't an open world. It was just an open level, and I think that's what killed that game. You can't steal a car and your personal vehicle barely functions. Yeah, it was ass. It just wasn't good. It just wasn't good. Zach, first time chatter on Twitch. Welcome in, brother. Why is it that when a dev makes a bad product, instead of owning up to it and going back to the drawing board or committing to support improvements in content, they do stupid, weird shit? Here's what I'll say. Building a game is very emotional. You put your everything into it. And sometimes it doesn't work out. And a lot, to me, it's the same as with any sort of creative field, right? You're making music, you put music out, people don't like it, they shit on it. There's a million videos telling you your music sucks. That hurts, right? That sucks. But it's everything. And exactly where I'm going at, E-Jets, that's everything. I make a fucking... I make a bowl that's not shaped like a bowl, but I think it's super innovative. And I put it out there and everyone says, this isn't a bowl, this is fucking shit. Well, guess what? I'm not going to go on a fucking tirade suing people for saying my product is shit. I'm going to try to fix it, right? That's what normal people would do. But when it comes to like software and creation, there's an emotional, like, I put my all into this and these people are wrong. And I'm going to fucking show the world that they're wrong. That's what it is. Yeah, well, the thing is everything is subjective. Like, and the thing is I bet you could find somebody who loved Mindseye, right? Actually, matter of fact, Lonely Fades in the chat. I think when Mindseye came out, you said it was one of the best games you played that year. I'm not shit talking you, but there are people that can overlook some of the stuff that I would or somebody else would, right? And so it's all subjective. But the thing is it's a matter of, are you going to create something and the amount of effort, resources, and time that you put into it, do you think you're reasonably going to make an impact enough to make that money back? Because at the end of the day, there's the creative side of gaming, and then there's the business side too. And I think Mindseye got fucked. Like that did not work out, man. And you can see here, co-CEO Leslie Benzie told staff on a call 1 month following the game's release that 300 devs were at risk of redundancy, saying that the studio and the game struggles were due to internal and external saboteurs. This is what I don't like about it, because honestly, at the end of the day, I didn't need a critic to tell me that that game was shit. I played it. And we gave it a real chance, man. I put time in. And it was ass. It just wasn't fun. Remember that? What was that vent mission where we had to fly the drone into the apartment? And you're just going through endless tunnels of vent? And it's just like, this is terrible. The pacing was horrible. And here's the thing. The difference is with, like, hey, we put a game out. Okay? It had problems, right? There were some things that people criticized that I think were legitimate. There were also things that people criticized that, like, I just think you gave 5 minutes to leave a review. That's fine. What did I do? I put a video out 24 hours later saying, all right, here's what people are saying. Here's why certain things happened. Here's what we're doing to fix it. Like, it's not that hard to do. And I will say the response to that video I thought was going to be worse. But everybody came through and they were just like, dude, this is the way to fucking respond to criticism and feedback. Like, just action. There you go. Just like, you got to own it. So we did an interview with Dean Hall that Patreon members are going to be getting tomorrow. And then it's going to be coming out next Friday for everybody. And in that podcast, Dean Hall said through multiple topics, he said, like, developers just need to start owning their shit. You got to take the good with the bad, because if you don't, there's no growth. And yeah, it was a great conversation. But yeah, dude, fuck Mindseye. At the end of the day, this story ends with me saying fuck Mindseye. All right. They're apparently suing YouTubers. They are tracking employees. The meeting then moved to Gerhard explaining why Build a Rocket Boy had recently rolled out an enhanced cybersecurity software to employees without their knowledge. Oh, so it gets worse. Insider Gaming understands that this software is called Terramind. Oh, so it gets way worse. and according to one source, was rolled out to employees' PCs without their knowledge. Oh. Okay. Terramind is an employee monitoring and cybersecurity platform that tracks user activity, including keystrokes and screen behavior, in an attempt to track insider threats. So this is obviously in response to the guy filming the meeting. Holy fuck. How many people need to subjectively not like a game until it's simply objectively bad? There is never... The conversation about, like, objectively bad games is a little off. Saying that a game is objectively bad is impossible to say. But what you can say is, and I do it too. Like, don't get me wrong. The language, when you really break it down, it has to change. What you can say is that game was objectively panned across the internet for the most part, right? But there's always going to be somebody that likes any game ever, dude. Like, and so it's kind of like that. I'm just speaking my truth. I don't like a game, but somebody else out there will. And so they're not going to say that the game is objectively bad. They're going to say that they actually had a good time with it. And so you can't have that conversation. The Gollum game was pretty objectively bad. That game was fucking dog shit. But, you know, I bet you, like I said, there's probably some fucking 6-year-old out there that likes it. Do you remember when Fantastic made that continent software and then used it to track what employees were online and whatever they did? Yeah, employees at Fantastic? Don't you mean volunteers? Don't you mean volunteers? I think it's fair to say something is objectively bad just because you like something doesn't mean it's good. Yeah, but that, I mean, you literally just explained an opinion. Like, you just explained an opinion. Consensus determines everything in our modern society. It doesn't matter if 10 people say something is good. If 1 million people say it's bad, and that's the end of it. I disagree. And I will say, all of you guys that are speaking from the United States should look at your current situation and understand that that's obviously not true. Half of your country seemingly hates your president. Not to bring politics into it, but like, is your president objectively good or is your president objectively bad? It depends who you ask. Right? What you can say objectively is that he is a controversial president. He is a divisive president. Those are controversial things, but dude, it's crazy. Even now, if you say something like that, you're offending somebody. Pussies. But no, I don't think you can objectively say something is bad or good. It's 10 out of 10 for me personally. There you go. That and don't get me wrong, I do it too. Anyway, this topic got me talking about a whole bunch of different shit. Guys, make sure you guys go to Insider Gaming. I'm gonna have a link. I'll post a link to this in. Can I use the Restream chat to just post this everywhere? Boom, boom, boom. Are we comparing politicians to bad games? No. If that's what you heard, open your fucking ears. We're comparing language. There you go. Bro, there's people that like High Guard. You know? Is High Guard an objectively bad game? Like, I feel Rainbow Six Siege is bad, and that's fair. That's fair. But more people play it. Yeah. God, I've been itching to play Rainbow Six. Why did you have to bring that up? Big Fry, does your studio have plans for the future on making another game? We're actually getting asked this quite a bit. We're currently writing some GDDs, and when I say we, I mean myself and Flo. Right now, the whole plan was to put the game out, do the post-launch support with the patches, and we've been doing that, and that's been good. And then once we're kind of out of that post-launch support, the team is going their separate ways for 3 months, is what we said. Everybody take a fucking break. Don't talk to me. Like, and it's not in a bad thing. It's just, we all just need, honestly, dude, we just needed a fucking break. We grinded our asses off on that. And so now you guys have been seeing, like, we're doing podcasts, we're posting more content. I'm back to doing what I was doing before. But in the background, myself and Flo Beatbox are writing up some GDDs for something that we want to do in the future. We have a couple different ideas that we want to do. One of them, so my first idea was something a lot more traditional, and I think something that would appeal to a lot of you guys. But it's another one of those projects that I think would require a lot of work, which is fine. So I started writing up the GDD for it, you know, coming up with like the core pillars of the design, discussing, you know, the content pipeline, how we would actually pull some of that stuff off. And that's been good. And then Flo, as we've been kind of coming up with the idea for the game jam that we're doing soon, Flo got an idea for another kind of project that, man, when I first heard it, I was like, okay. But then him and I actually had a conversation last night where we kind of went into it a little bit more, and we were coming up and just bouncing ideas off one another. Hi. Hello. Oh my goodness, you're drooling. You love me. Okay. And man, it's super unique and something that I think if I were to announce it, people would write it off. But I think if we did it the way that I'm imagining it being done, fuck man, it would be so cool. So I don't know. We're in creative brainstorming sesh right now. Is kind of where I'm at. Hi Raven. Oh yes, you love scritches. Sorry guys, I have to love the kitty. You guys know what it is. You guys know how it goes. Will the next project have multiplayer? So my idea was multiplayer, specifically co-op. And Flo's idea was single player. And I really like his idea. Like, honestly, more so than mine at this point. Just because I don't want to do the same shit, you know? My idea was... Well, I'll just be open and honest. My idea was taking elements of, like, some of the co-op shooters that we've been playing and have played, and adding layers of like, not base building, but like upgrading your HQ. So imagine if you were to take a game like, well, I'll just say it, take a game like Ground Branch, but your HQ and the missions you take actually matter. You know, like if there was a gameplay loop tied to it and you can unlock better gear and there's a progression to it. But I wanted to do it in a very, low poly, like imagine, like a Project Shadow Glass. That's what I wanted to do. So but we were kind of thinking about the tech. But that's a lot of work. Ground Branch mentioned, yeah, what up, Love Boat? Yeah, no, I think that'd be a really cool idea. And we were kind of coming up with like what that progression looks like and trying to come up with some unique ways to do it. I think a lot of people would look at that and go, that's cool. But I think it would be a lot of the been there, done that. But Flo's idea, I'm not saying it publicly because I want to flesh that one out more. Anywho, that was a side tangent. I hope you guys are doing well. I'd be doing the same thing if I were streaming and my kitty walked up. She likes to just sit like her with her hand rested on the desk and then like chilling on my lap. And then she just drools. She loves me. Will there be any character voicing this next one? So the big, I don't want to say problem areas, but the places that we struggled a lot was the voice acting, the narrative, and the overall visual scope. And so early on, if you guys remember the prototypes for Transients, it was very like low poly retro style. And in the early days of development, we kind of moved away from that because we started to push ourselves and we can do a more realistic style, but still stylized. And so once the visuals got increased and the quality level upgraded there, everything else had to change. And we didn't realize that back then. Everything was just so like getting to a level where it was so high quality and everybody was pushing themselves. And then we had to keep that quality with everything, you know. I think if we had kept a lower poly, kind of a retro style, more indie feeling, we could have gotten away with some of the AI behaviors, or we could have gotten away with some of the more, the more like map design stuff and the encounter layouts. And I think people would have been more okay with some of it. But as soon as you have a visual style and, you know, you have the cinematics and that was another thing. The visuals influenced, like, we started doing, you know, full rendered cut scenes. Like, it just, visuals, in my opinion, determine a lot about the scope of a project. And so, yeah, I know the next time around, we will not be doing something as high fidelity as that, for sure. If you have good gameplay fantasy, it seems you can get away with very little story, which can be helpful for indies. Yeah, the thing for us with narrative is we didn't know what we didn't know. I had to go through that process to know what it is like to actually write and create a narrative-driven experience. I think we did pretty well for our first time through, but I mean, we had Doom writing for levels that weren't even designed yet. Right? He was writing the story because he's a narrative writer. He writes novels. And so this was his first time writing for a video game. And so we would write the story of what's going to be happening level to level. And then he would write things where we didn't even have the gameplay done yet. Right? And it's like, you wrote this and this is integral to the story, but we can't feasibly pull that off. So we have to change that story. We have to change that. And then if you change that part of the story, something else has to change. Okay. And then what we ran into early on was Doom absolutely front loaded the story. Like we got criticized for the front loading of that story. It's a very slow burn intro. You guys should have saw it before. We had a level built and the story came in and we literally feasibly could not slow the player down enough to get that much dialogue into the level. And so it's just a lot of like, what comes first, you know, the chicken or the egg? What comes first? Do you write for the level, or do you build the level and then fill in the blanks later with narrative? And that's what we had to figure out. And that's what we went through so many trials, and we were recording for voice actors, and then things had to change, and it was a clusterfuck, but we had to learn, you know. Ready or Not did really well with their progression as a tactical shooter, even though it was just cosmetics. I really liked how Ready or Not, when they eventually went to 1.0, I like how they did the police station where all of the story that is laid out to you is given to you through the tablet. I loved that because there's so much stuff you can pack in there. The 911 calls, the write-ups for the criminals, the lore behind what's actually going on. I really, really liked that. There wasn't a lot of voice acting. It wasn't a narrative where you have to make sure that the player can't just sprint through dialogue that's going on and then start a firefight, because then the guns will overlay on top of the voice and you'll miss integral parts of the story. That shit sucks, man. Shout out to anybody actually making a fucking narrative driven game. When you play a game like Red Dead Redemption, it actually blows my mind how they made that game. I can't even imagine it. What is the answer to that, Big Fry? Is it a balance of both depending on the scope of the game? If I were to do it all now, what I would do is I would get this is how I would do it now. I would high level everything that's going on in the story. So beat to beat, we're going to be going to this environment and doing what? What is the end goal? We're here to kill somebody. Okay, and then once we kill somebody, we're going to move to this environment, and then we're here to get some data, which is going to let us go to here. and you do the high level stuff. And then with those high level beats, so you know that in this level, you need to have somebody there to kill. Where are we putting them? Let's make that engaging. And then you design the fucking game first. Gameplay over absolutely everything. And then, in my opinion, when you design the level, you leave little areas that are easily chopped up to where you can put story beats in if there needs to be a story. If you play the old Splinter Cells, a lot of the story was delivered to you in empty rooms, in vents, and in corridors that you were kind of going through that didn't have anybody, like didn't have an enemy. There might be something to interact with, but it was a downtime moment to when you would get Lambert on your headset and whatever else, right? So that's how I would approach it now. But the problem is I learned that 3 years into development. You know what I mean? Imagine if there was a game that changed the Spies versus Mercs mechanic in Splinter Cell into a cooperative roles in a campaign where how thorough you are in one role affects the difficulty of the missions in others. That could be cool. Could be a good idea. Anyways, guys, we're going to move on from Build a Rocket Boy. I was really excited when I saw this last night. I got super excited, but my excitement kind of came tumbling down here. So I'm going to go here. Baldur's Gate is set to become a TV series at HBO. I saw that. I was like, oh shit, this is huge. Helmed by Craig Mazin from The Last of Us. That sucks. But, like, I'm willing to give it a shot, right? Show will continue the story of Baldur's Gate 3 and those characters. Dude, I got so pumped. Baldur's Gate is one of my favorite games. It's so good. Is your screen flashing for any? Is my screen flashing? Maybe I have a out-of-date display driver. I don't know. No word on Larian's involvement or not. So this is the first tweet that I saw, right? I'm like, bro, give it to me. And then come to find out that Larian, the creators of Baldur's Gate 3, tell me they have no involvement in the series. Huh? What are we doing? Why? Let me turn my mic up. What? This show is genuinely going to suck dick. I'm sorry. If you don't have Larian involved in the show at all, they'll never learn, just gatekeep. And I can already see it, dude. It pissed me off when I read this. Because what we're going to have is you're going to have a cast of actors that are for these roles. And what they're going to say is, yeah, no, I went and I actually played the game. No, actually, they won't say that. I went and read or watched YouTube, or I went and read, books about D&D. I actually played D&D to kind of get ready for the role. They'll do anything other than genuinely play the games. Right? Yeah. I don't, why? And like, I guess my question too is, who fucking greenlit this? Who greenlit this? Was this Wizards of the Coast? Hasbro? I believe it. And then you know what's going to happen. Because this is how it always happens. The show will come out. And then there's going to be a secret layer drop for Magic the Gathering that involves the Baldur's Gate actors. It's ridiculous, man. So I was pissed. I went from, dude, we were playing Deadlock last night and I read this tweet out and I was like, oh my God. Wags was there. I was like, oh my God. This is so fucking sick. That just shattered and broke my heart. From what I heard, it will be all new characters that follow after the events of the game. That's dumb. I mean, not that dumb. It's just the fact that they're going to take new characters and wrap it around this story that doesn't even have the original writers. Especially, when you look at The Last of Us, The Last of Us was the TV show anyway. I haven't seen season 2 yet because I'm probably not going to watch it. But I really enjoyed season 1. I did. Season 1, and I'm pretty sure they had Naughty Dog involved in that. Now, you know, fucking Naughty Dog. You know, you guys know Naughty Dog. Story took a dive bomb. Coop, what's up, dude? So why call it Baldur's Gate money? Yeah, well, it's all, dude, it's all money. What happened? This is what actually happened, I think, is HBO got in a call with Hasbro or Wizards of the Coast, and they were like, hey, we want to utilize your IPs to make more TV shows that appeal to, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's an increase in content that are involving game IPs, right? Fallout, Last of Us, you know, we saw the Dungeons and Dragons movie, which I'll be honest, for a movie, it wasn't bad. I had fun watching it, but I'm seeing more and more, right? And so they're probably looking at this Halo. I mean, sorry, I try to block that one out of my memory bank. But they're looking at story-driven experiences that they can then turn into TV, which is cool. I love the Fallout show. I don't care. Fuck the negativity, dude. Fallout is an incredible show. I love watching it. I'm very excited for season 3. Yeah, the Borderlands movie, ass. Haven't even watched it. Don't need to. I saw the trailer and it told me absolutely everything it needed. The Minecraft movie, right? I think the reason why there's so many people that love Fallout is because Fallout, while not everything is tried and true, like one-to-one from the games, they stuck to that universe so well, right? And they have little hidden, and they have very creative, like Easter egg kind of like callbacks to the games that if you're fans of the games, you can pick up on. And I loved what Fallout was. Just read some interviews, and Mazin says he has over 1,000 hours in Baldur's Gate 3, and they're having discussions with Sven from Larian about the show soon, supposedly. That's great, because I'm just going to be real. If Larian has zero involvement in the show, I'm not watching it. I'm just not. Maybe I'll watch the first episode and give it a shot. You know, I don't know, man. Something as Larian is Baldur's Gate, and this is what I said too, man. If Baldur's Gate 4 comes out, and I loved Baldur's Gate 3. If 4 comes out and it's not made by Larian, I don't care. They won't be involved so much as having a discussion about it, from what I garnered. Yeah, it sucks. I haven't watched a single minute of Halo as a diehard Halo. I was about to say a high guard Halo fan. Jesus, that game is infecting my brain. Halo came out on, what was the platform that it came out on? So I didn't subscribe to it. I can't remember what it was. But in Canada, it's different than the States. Was it Hulu? Paramount? Was it Paramount? Regardless, I'm in Canada, so it's a little different up here. I didn't have access to watch Halo when it first came out. We had Paramount, but it's like Canadian Paramount. And then when the Halo show did come, it had already fallen off, right? He pulled the helmet off. We had the sex scene, whatever else. So I was just like, well, okay. I don't even need to watch that, you know. Worst part about Fallout show is Todd milking it in Fallout 4 and 76. I shouldn't say upset. I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get like a Fallout 3 remaster or a New Vegas remaster. I know you can still play them, but I really want to see those games get the Oblivion treatment. Can they just stop making video game shows? I haven't watched a single one that was good except season 1 of Fallout. Dude, yeah, season 1 of Fallout's good. I'm trying to think, like, video game TV shows. I haven't seen the Twisted Metal one. That's another one that came out around the same time as Halo for Canada. I actually don't know if I still can watch it. I haven't been able to watch Twisted Metal. It's what platform is Twisted Metal on? It's on Paramount. Maybe I can watch it now then. I should try to watch that because I loved Twisted Metal back in the day. Yeah. Peacock. If it's on Peacock, I can't watch it up here. It's weird. My big thing is following the events of the game. There's no canon ending. There's like 45 fucking endings. So they would need to put a stamp on something canon, which would take away from the magic of BG3. No, I think what shows like this need to do is new cast of characters that are on an adventure at the same time as Baldur's Gate 3 is taking place, to where the events of Baldur's Gate 3 throughout the game can impact the show, but they're two completely separate things. Because the problem is once you start actually casting somebody for Gale or Karlach or whatever, it just, I don't know. It kind of ruins the magic a little bit for me. That's just me though. Like they have, oh my God, what's the guy's name? He played Opie in Sons of Anarchy. Shout out Ope. I got this. He plays Ope in Sons of Anarchy. He's Kratos, which is a cool cast, you know. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about that show either. Season 2 of Twisted Metal is great. Is there only 2 seasons? Like, is the show done? That's how disconnected we are up here, man. Like, can't watch shit. Last of Us show is really good. I really enjoyed season 1. I think I'm not a fan of the story of season 2 or Last of Us 2. So I didn't even bother watching season 2. I really don't. I fully believe that, spoiler alert, I fully believe that had to die. Okay? I do. I hate how early on in that story they did it. And in my opinion, I wish that they would have made spend more time together in the second game. End him on the second game's end and set up the third. I would have loved that. I thought that the whole idea of going on a revenge tour against Abby and then at the end, can't do it. Revenge is never a good thing. Fuck off. I'm not a fan of how the pacing of that story played out. But I think for me, it's you did such an incredible job at Last of Us 1. You made me fucking fall in love with those characters. And I don't know. I just thought the second one, it's just weird. I'm going to be a dad. I haven't even watched it. I've only seen clips. I'm going to be a dad. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I do feel bad for her. What's her name? God damn it. I'm such a boomer. What the fuck is her name? I'm going to be a dad girl. What's her name? Chat. You guys are my Google today. What's her name? The Witcher season 1 was decent. It was really good. Bella Ramsey. Yeah. I liked Witcher season 1. I really like Henry Cavill. I really want him to do 40K. Bella Ramsey, I feel bad for her, man. I do. She's a rich Nepo baby. She's fine. Dude. No. They're still human. They're still human. She did such a great job in Game of Thrones. She did. I saw her there. I was like, man, get this girl in other shit. And dude, her performance as Ellie was, okay. but the way the internet has gone at her, I feel bad. She did nothing wrong outside of get casted in a beloved character's role and might not potentially look the part. And I'm not even gonna say potentially, not look the part. Yeah, she was miscast. I fully agree. She was miscast. But like, dude, the internet, like, you want to talk about toxic and bullying, bro? Like, it's brutal. I feel bad for her because I think that would get at anybody. I really do. Like, yeah, she can be rich, she could be a nepo baby, whatever. I feel like that would fucking eat at anybody. I came from an era where seasons for a show came out yearly instead of 3 to 4. Dude, right? Yeah, what the hell? I'm actually really glad that Fallout, like, they're filming in May for season 3. You think Jeff might be developing a humiliation kink for advertising Concord sequels recently? Dude, I saw fucking... Hold on. Let me find this tweet. I'm not going to kick off this screen here. I think I actually left a response to it. Dude, I was laughing for fucking... Oh, where is it? I was laughing for like 5 minutes last night sitting in bed. I was like, man, just when you think you've seen everything on the internet. right here, dude. Holy fucking shit. Okay, so this is going to be the next topic. We'll just use this. Dude, what the fuck? Wait a damn minute. Okay, we'll kill that. Okay. This is the next topic that I want to talk about. I'm going to pause this trailer. Obviously, we're going to talk about Horizon Hunters. So, announcement trailer for Horizon Hunters Gathering, a new live service game from PS5 and PC. So, let's talk about it. Dude, this tweet underneath it as a response was fucking hilarious. Minimal effort. Bro, you're in my YouTube chat right now. Bro, I was sitting in bed last night scrolling socials, and this fucking killed me. Who, like, did you make this? Dude, I was absolutely dying. Unfucking believable. The internet is ruthless. But I was fucking howling at this last night, man. Yo, corrected. What's up, dude? Yep, just popped into my brain, dude. I was scrolling. I was like, what the fuck? Fuzzes in the bathroom. Like, when you're done, you cut. I gotta show you this. It was so funny, bro. But yeah, Horizon Hunters. So this is the new live service title from PlayStation. Hunt deadly machines in tactical 3-player co-op action and adapt your hunter for intense missions. So you guys know Horizon Zero Dawn. This is a monumental step for Guerrilla as a studio. So I'm going to hit play on this, and then we're going to go over to the YouTube because I want to blow this up full screen here. So this is the new game from beloved studio Guerrilla, makers of Killzone.
Hey everyone, I'm Jan Bart van Beek. I'm the studio director here at Guerrilla. Now at Guerrilla, we love exploring the Horizon universe. And with every new project, we ask ourselves, where can we take our players next? What new stories can we tell? And what new experiences can we create? And we heard many of you wondering, but what is Guerrilla working on? And today, we get to show you. Before we dive in, I want to be very clear about one thing. We absolutely love making single-player games, and we're going to keep making them. They're a huge part of who we are as a studio. But next to that, we also had this long-standing dream to try to do something different. Our own take on how you can explore the world of Horizon together as a team of machine hunters. It's something new, it stands on its own, but it's also still very much Horizon. Let's take a look at how this new journey begins.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to pause it before we get into whatever the fuck this is about to be. And I have to say one thing. I'm not the biggest fan of the Horizon series. The aesthetic of it was very cool at the beginning, right? It was like very lush. like almost like Legend of Zelda color palette wise, but then they had these fucking crazy monsters. It was really cool. Even this, we've gone so far left, bro.
From the ashes of the old world came the machines. For ages, they were the guardians of the natural world. And they turned against us. Now, they're getting deadlier by the day. All across the land, people are dying. That's why our leader gave me this command. We have to fight back. And to do that, we need a team. Soldiers who always hold the line. And mercenaries who may have crossed it now and then. Infiltrators who hide in the dark. And champions who shine in the light. Upstarts whose stories are just beginning. And legends looking for one last shot. The last line of defense for those who need it most. Made up of the greatest hunters in the land. This is Hunter's Gathering.
Where the fuck is my mouse at? Ah! Ah! I am so done with it. I'm so fucking sick of this. I am so fucking sick of this. Holy shit, man. This is where AAA is going, man. It's just so tiresome. You know? Killzone died for this. It's one of those things where oh god, dude. We could go into so many different fucking discussions about it. But I'm going to relate it to our next topic here as well. We're going to finish watching this fucking video. But an interview just came out about Warcraft and the IP and how it's been so underutilized. And in marketing conversations, Chris Metzen, who was one of the original guys at Blizzard, I guess made an offhand like joke comment about, man, I wish we didn't name it Warcraft. It turns people off, might intimidate people. It's like, brother, where did your balls go? I moved the cam so you could see this in all its fucking glory. Where did our balls go? Why is every fucking thing turning into this. We have to appeal to the widest demographic possible. The design of fucking a game like World of Warcraft has gone from like this dark and gritty world of, you know, like just like war and dark to colorful fucking magenta. These things look like they were designed by fucking 12-year-olds. I don't get it. Fortnite, unironically, I don't get it. I just don't. That's because they're designed for 12-year-olds. No, but exactly, right? They're designed for 12-year-olds because they want kids with the microtransactions and whatever else. Dude, like when I was 12, bro, I was playing fucking Grand Theft Auto, SOCOM, fucking Killzone, Gears of War. Like, we were playing games built for adults, and it felt like they were coming out year after year after year. We were playing fucking Battlefield, Battlefield 2, Modern Combat, Battlefield 2 on the PC. Call of Duty was built for adults back then. Whatever your big brother cousins play, right? When we were kids, games were built for adults. And that's where we were raised in. And then when we get to adulthood, we have the money to spend on these fucking games. Like, and where are they? It's like we get one every 6 fucking years.
So yes, we're going with a very different look here, and that's very much by design.
Yeah, we know. We know it's by design.
Hunter's Gathering is a very dynamic co-op action
Sobe,
game.
thank you for the super chat, bro.
Combat, so it works really well for a team of hunters, and we believe that works best when supported by an art style that really matches that energy.
Bullshit.
We're going to be showing you more gameplay in a minute, so you can judge that for yourself. Now, one more thing before we continue. This game is still very much in development. Some things are going to be polished, others are still going to change. And that's exactly why we want to bring you in this early. So stay tuned till the end, because we want to invite you to come and help playtest the game with us and be part of giving the game its final shape.
Hi, I'm Ryan Buck, game director at Guerrilla. With Hunter's Gathering, we're bringing back what makes Horizon so unique. Set in the American West, 1,000 years from now, civilization has collapsed. The hunters are all that stand between the tribes and the massive animal-like machines.
If I can be real, I think it's because the majority of gamers today are kids, so you got to make things bright. That's not true. What's the average age of a gamer? Average age of gamers. I think it's 34, isn't it? The average age of global video game players is approximately 41 years old. It's not about, and this is what I don't understand. Yeah, 41 years old, according to the Entertainment Software Association, the ESA. A high concentration of players between 25 and 44. While the U.S. average is slightly lower at 36, mobile gaming drives high participation across all age groups, including over 55. Unks! And what's fucking crazy is, yeah, bunch of fucking gamer dads complain about this shit all the time. What was it in average age of gamers? Let's see, in 2007. I don't know if we'll have that data or not. Based on reports from 2007, this is from apparently 2 YouTube videos. The average age of gamers was generally cited between 30 and 33. The Eindhoven University of Technology has a report that said the average age of PC gamers in 2007 was slightly higher, according to their last, at roughly 38 years old. All of these boomer dads, guys like me, are fucking bitching, complaining that we don't have games built for us anymore. But yet we still just keep getting this, you know? No shot it's that old. What the fuck? Dude, you guys, it is. Think about how many 30-year-olds are playing video games now. And you got to remember, dude, when we were kids, my dad wasn't playing video games. He grew up on a fucking Atari, right? My dad did enjoy video games when he was younger. When I was raised on watching him play Ghost Recon and Medal of Honor and stuff like that. But my dad, like, our dads and our grandparents were fucking, like, fishing. And they were, you know, kicking cans down streets and fucking, you know, changing oil in cars. Because they didn't have video games like we do, right? We were raised in this shit. And so now I'm 33. What am I doing at 33? I'm playing fucking video games. Of course. Camping, fishing, playing outside. Exactly. Not saying it's a good thing. Just saying, like, it's a different generation. So yeah, I fully agree that the number's 41. Almost everyone games or is game now. Yeah, gaming is mainstream. And if you're not playing games, chances are you're watching some sort of content on it. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't get what happened. And I've been saying it for years and nothing's changing. It's only getting crazier. And that's not to say we don't have games for adults, right? We have the Resident Evil. Somebody pointed out the Mortal Kombats. I don't know why it just feels like every month back in the day, we were getting a new fucking military shooter or a new gritty, dark game, dude. Fucking Resistance, Mag. There was just so many back in the day. I mean, Ghost Recon. We were getting even the games that weren't shooters, right? Like, think about, like, we had Tom Clancy's End War, right? We had Tom Clancy's Hawks. There was always just like an abundance of games that felt like they were built and appealed to adults. And so I don't know what happened. It's not so much that many kids are playing video games, but it's the kids that make the most money. I actually don't agree with that. I don't know. I should say, I don't know if we have I don't know if we have I mean, actually, no, you're probably right. You know what it is it's really hard to make a plushie of a Hellgast. You know, it's really hard to put a bunch of Hellgas on pajama pants to sell to kids at Walmart, right? It's not about the microtransactions, because I fully believe that adults spend more money on microtransactions than kids. I fully agree with that. But it's about branding and going to other markets, right? Netflix will pay you probably 10 times as much for a Horizon TV show that appeals to children than they would for a Killzone show that would appeal to parents, right? So it's probably that play. Like, if you're talking about the grand scheme of marketing money, that's probably what it is. We used to buy Halo t-shirts as kids, though. Sure. I would have guessed younger than 25 spends more on microtransactions. They don't have money. They don't have... If you're a kid, you're asking your parents for it. So, like, I mean, I guess there's the marketing there, but no, I feel like, well, if the majority of people right now are between the ages of 25 and 44 playing games, then that's most likely where your money's coming from. Right? That's what I would say. There's a reason why Balenciaga and Lamborghini run microtransactions ads in Fortnite. I wouldn't know that.
And the crisis is only getting worse.
Anyways, let's keep watching this bullshit.
And they're more dangerous by the day. Someone has to step up and push back.
I think people are coping thinking this is only business decisions and not ideology involved. I want to go into that conversation because I fully believe that every decision that gets made at these major corporations runs through multiple HR, diversity fucking, diversity boards, making sure that it appeals to women just as much as it appeals to, teens, as much as it appeals to adults, as much as it appeals to black, white, Hispanic. And so that they can fucking get as many, it's all about, they need as many people as possible in it, or else it's not successful. It's about ideology. And yeah, you can fucking track some of where some of the dollars are coming from. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just weird.
That is the Gathering, a crew of unlikely heroes venturing out into the wilds to stop the machine threat. We'll launch with a roster of hunters that grows over time. In our first playtest, you'll be able to play as Rem, Sun, and Axel, 3 hunters with very different approaches to combat and teamwork.
Let's fight.
Combat is at the core of Hunter's Gathering.
Incoming attack.
It is tactical, reactive, and skill-based. We took the precision and tactical depth of Horizon's combat and built it for a team environment. You'll have to read enemy movements, time your attacks, and combine abilities with your squad to take down the most powerful machines.
Yeah.
It is a challenging game, and you really have to earn that victory.
For
When
sure,
you start
man.
a mission, you pick and prepare your hunter. Each has very different
Yeah,
melee,
Horizon
ranged
Hunter's
playstyles,
Gathering.
and weapons. You can select between classes for each hunter that change their abilities, from tank to support or tactician. During a hunt, you can tinker with our roguelike build system. Every machine encounter you beat gives you powerful tactical options. You've got perks, weapon upgrades, and various upgrades to your
Yeah, that's true. The only white guy looks like a meth head.
stats. In each run, you'll have to try and find the best possible combination of power-ups to take on the biggest machine.
Horizon Battle Hunters, yeah.
You'll be able to explore 4 large and very different environments.
Horizon the
Each with
Gathering,
its own
yeah.
look, its own atmosphere, and its own challenges for your squad to master. At the center of it all is the Hunter's Gathering. This is where you upgrade your gear, tweak your loadout, and team up for the next hunt. It is also
They say the Lego Horizon game undersold significantly. Yeah, nobody gives a shit about Horizon. Like what? Let me ask you this. What was the name of the Horizon? Not Zero Dawn, but the other one. Let me see. Sales numbers. Horizon Zero Dawn sales numbers. Horizon franchise has sold over 38 million copies. And that's across, does that include the Lego game? Oh God, X cancel. Fuck off. Per Sony's recent lawsuit filed against Tencent, that averages to about 6 million copies sold in the past 2 years, with the last update being 32 million in May of 2023. That's not bad sales. Forbidden West, that's what it was. That's not bad sales, if I'm being honest. It's just, I don't know why, it just feels like nobody talks about these games at all. That's not bad sales, though, actually. When you look at it, everything has a white outline and it hurts my eyes.
just a fun place.
Just close them, baby. Just listen.
For example, you can hang out in your own customizable campsite and then head back into the wilds.
Let's get out there.
Horizon Hunter's Gathering is all about challenge and mastery, and the missions that you go on lean right into that. During our first playtest, you'll get to try 2 very different mission types.
Let's show them what we got.
In Machine Incursion, you fight to stop a large-scale machine assault on the tribes.
Here we go.
With your squad, you plan and coordinate which randomized power-ups to collect before facing a relentless boss machine.
Work together, win together.
Time is limited, with a violent storm closing in that cuts down your options to get stronger.
What is all this?
The next is Cauldron Descent.
This has nothing to do with
This
Horizon.
multi-stage dungeon, the hunters take the fight to the enemy. You decide which path to take, from brutal machine encounters to really challenging obstacles. They all require teamwork. Every clear chamber shapes your run and gives you power-ups to descend deeper and claim the rewards. These modes are the foundation of Hunter's Gathering. Tough, replayable, and built for squads who want to master them. We'll continue to evolve them with your feedback throughout our playtests. At launch, you'll be able to play the story campaign solo with NPCs or together in co-op, but that won't be part of the playtest. We want you to experience the story fresh when the game is ready. What we can say is that it's fully canon within the Horizon universe. It introduces new characters,
Oh, yeah.
new threats, and new mysteries that expand this part of the world.
Dude, the characters are going to be yapping constantly. Just like, let's go get him. That one hurt. I'm all right, though. Like, it's going to be that fucking bullshit.
And the story doesn't stop at launch. We'll keep adding new adventures over time to the game.
Holy fuck.
We hope you've enjoyed your first look at Horizon Hunters Gathering. We're beginning a journey, and we're inviting all of you. Though it's still early days,
get a life, you
weirdo!
weirdo.
Updates and playtest announcements from us in the coming months. To stay in the loop on all of the latest news about the game, we've launched a brand new Horizon Hunters Gathering Discord and social channels. We'd love to see you there.
Who wants to ride a zip line? Yeah. All right. Now, the fun part about all of this is let's have a look here. Oh, 46,000 downvote, 16K up. Let's see what people are saying. The top comment is, Gorilla Team, please blink twice if you're in danger. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Yeah, right? The bravest thing about this trailer is leaving the comment section open. Yeah. The fat chick has a metal leg, too. Diabetes still an issue after the AI takes over. Damn, dude. Listen, I'm a fatty. Be nice. How many millions lost will it take to learn the lesson? That's what I'm saying, dude. What's a dislike ratio? So this is saying 46K down, 16K up. Horizon diabetes. Horizon 0 players, yep. I thought Concord got canceled. Holy fuck. Horizon Forbidden Wallet. Everyone out there be smirking like a DreamWorks character. Yeah. Art style looks like a cereal commercial for Horizon Puffs. A new genre has officially been born. Concord-like. From Concord's character designers. Bro, they did the live service purple enemies and sky beams. Mr. President, they made a third Concord. Oh, dude. I just... Seems like it's for not our crowd, man. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what it is, but I think, like... What it is the AAA space just seemingly constantly wants to push this stuff at us, and everyone just keeps pushing back. And then, like, we get games like War Dogs, right? War Dogs got announced by Bulkhead yesterday, and it looks super good. So we gotta focus on those games. But the problem is usually when it comes to the indie space, they don't have the resources that AAA does to be able to sustain, you know, the content flow and stuff. So it's just like, man, we want Ubisoft to just make good games and make them for you know, their fans. You know, we don't want Ubisoft to try to pander and fucking make games and shoehorn in stuff that is built for an audience that they're trying to get. You know? I think they're marketing this towards a different target market. I keep struggling why we all think we are the majority. We absolutely are the majority. I think Concord failing should tell you, E-Jets, that when it comes to this shit, we are the majority. The majority of people do not play these kind of games. They just don't. Right? It's the reason why Highguard has 0 fucking people playing it outside of the people that are playing it just to shit on people who hate it. Fortnite is a popular game. Fortnite would have been a popular game if it had a different art style. Fully believe that. I fully believe that. PUBG was a popular game. It still is, right? H1Z1 was a popular game. Fortnite just came out and it just plays very well. As much as I'm not a fan of Fortnite, it just plays very well, and it would have played very well with a different art style. This game company don't want true gamers anymore. Killzone locked in the studio basement. Release me, dude. I wouldn't even want these people touching Killzone now. That's where I'm at. I guess that's why I'm really just disappointed with it all. Is I think we just kind of got to face facts that it's never going to be like it used to, right? It's never going to be like it used to. And I think that's the same with a lot of media, right? I was watching old wrestling the other day and I was like, man, this was just so much better back then. We've had to face facts for a decade and haven't. Because what else is there to talk about? Can't stand BRs, to be honest. I think I look back and we even watched the decimation of a game like Warzone. Warzone in like 2020 was fucking incredible. It was so much fun. And then it just got crazier and crazier and fucking crazier and more skins and more bullshit and more crazy. And it's just ridiculous. I think the Western AAA industry has bought a lie that the gamers who made games like Halo, Killzone, Gears successful have vanished and been replaced by women and children. No, I think there is I don't even think it's controversial to say this, but there has been a concentrated effort to infiltrate every single popular IP that was made popular by, I hate to be like this, by basement dwelling gamer dudes, right? I don't think that's controversial, and I actually think that more and more people can, like, you can just see it if you look around. You know, infiltrate is a good choice of words. They infiltrated every single IP that was made popular by gamer chuds. You know? And you can see it, right? When you're watching an episode of fucking a new Star Wars series and there's sexual identities and fucking all this other bullshit, and you can tell that they're pandering to a crowd that this is what I don't, they're pandering to a crowd of people that don't even fucking like the shit to begin with. That's what I don't understand, right? Everything is so watered down now. And our next topic, it was going to be the World of Warcraft interview. I kind of wanted to watch some of it here because we've been talking a lot of about Ashes of Creation, and now with World of Warcraft, Burning Crusade. I've just been thinking a lot about it. I don't know if I can find it here. Here, okay, I'm gonna pull this up. Okay. Okay, so this is, and honestly, I'm kind of doing this blind, so I might actually prove myself wrong here. I'm gonna pull this up. This is BlizzCon 2007 Wrath of the Lich King reveal, and then I'm gonna go World of Warcraft Midnight. We just watched it the other day. Where was it here? Where was it here? Was it this one? Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay. So let's watch this first. So this is from 2007. I might prove myself wrong here, but skip. Let's just click to a point.
You will venture deep into forgotten lands.
Is it pandering or virtue signaling? It's both.
You will see wonders beyond imagining. But
yeah, exactly, Cynic.
The land itself will rise up against you. long-forgotten terrors will smother your courage. Will sacrifice everything
So this is 2007.
as the final darkness falls.
Look at how the game looks, first of all. I know it looks older. This was obviously before the upgraded art and stuff like that.
In the end, all that awaits you is death. Only then will you understand. You've been following in my footsteps all along.
So like the tone, the vibes, the color palette, the actual aesthetic, everything about this was like, it was a stylized art style. You could call it cartoony, whatever, but it was built for an audience that is still looking for something like this, right?
All your power and glory. For in the final hour, all must serve the one.
Okay, now we watched this trailer the other day on stream. And I'm gonna just pull this up. So this is the coming home cinematic. So watch how it starts. This is cinematically, right? Whoa. Cool.
Yes! yes! Woo!
Great song.
Hey.
No time for play.
You see what I mean? There's and now here's the thing. There are guys at Blizzard. Chris Metzen's at Blizzard still. Chris Metzen was a high-level person that was involved in some of the best fucking games that have ever. But what happened, right? How does a game change its identity and its vibe like that? Dark melee action to cozy cringe. How do we get there? It's not one person. It's one of those things where you can clearly tell that the tide has shifted inside the studios. You have more new age people that are coming in, developers that are younger, that have been, and I'm just going to say it, they've been indoctrinated into this idea that we need to appeal to everybody and we need to quirkify everything, and it needs to be watered down shell. We can't have dark themes because it might put some people off. So we need to have, brighter, more vibrant themes. We need to have a little bit of quirk. We need to put positivity out in the world because there's just so much negativity out there, guys. There's just so much negative out there, and we need to be that beacon of light. And I think we could maybe change some of the colors around and maybe add a little bit more vibrance to the kit. And then it gets fucked. And then we're 15 years later and it's fucking it's dead. Yeah, fucking yeah. And what it is you take that ideologue, and the problem is who said it here? Charlene War says, so make a game that does that, not this. The risk from the shareholders to make new IPs, we saw the Concord, right? We saw the High Guard. Making new IPs is a huge risk, so they take those ideas and they attach them to long-standing IPs that have a fan base that is so loyal that it doesn't matter what they do, they will buy it, right? So when I say they have infiltrated the IPs, they have Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, fucking Warcraft. You could point to every single major fucking IP except maybe one, and that's Warhammer. And I guarantee you that's coming. Warhammer has been, every time you see Warhammer is as gritty as it gets. 40K. We watched The Secret Level, and I thought it was going to be shit. It was actually pretty good. Warhammer's, they're coming for it. They're going to figure out how to get in there. Trust me. You know? You can clearly see it. When businesses get too big, then their scope has to grow and their audience has to be the world to make the numbers work. So I actually kind of get it. Yeah, I hate that gaming has gotten so big and that shareholders have gotten involved to that point, because it has ruined absolutely everything about the mainstream of this hobby. Absolutely. In 15 years, it's going to be transients. Welcome to the rainbow. I wish that Blizzard never went public. I wish that Blizzard was a company that didn't have to appeal to shareholders, and I just wish more companies would be okay with like, this is good enough. We created something that is making so much money, and that is good enough. We didn't need to have World of Warcraft get bigger than it already is. And you know what's crazy? It's actually, it's the wrong type of thinking there, because World of Warcraft was at its peak during Wrath of the Lich King. So that's actually wrong. Now that I actually break that down, that's wrong, E-Jets, because World of Warcraft peaked at Wrath of the Lich King. I read the book by Jason Schreier. They said they were printing more money at the time of Burning Crusade than the U.S. Treasury. They were making more money. They were making so much money. They peaked. They had remember the Ozzy Osbourne, the fucking Mini-Me, the Night Elf Mohawk. That was peak World of Warcraft. And then things shifted. Things changed. And they started going downhill. They started losing subscribers. Don't get me wrong. World of Warcraft is still the biggest fucking MMO on the planet. But, like, wouldn't you have counter-corrected? If it's, and that's why, you know, when people talk about, it's not always about the business, it's about pushing ideology. There is a clear distinction between money that World of Warcraft is making now and then, but they never counter-corrected. Why? Why is that? Once you go public as a company, your product is not what it has to sell. Your money is what makes money, and everything is fake because the financial markets are all fake. No, it's weird. It just sucks. COD had some peak commercials too. Yeah, it was just a different time. And I don't know. It's one of those things where a game like WoW has been around so long that as the new people come in, they're not even going to understand or know. It's kind of like wrestling now, right? You have a 6-year-old kid who's watching fucking Dominic Mysterio, and he doesn't even know the greatness that was Stone Cold. So he doesn't even understand that the Attitude Era was a thing that existed, and it doesn't matter, right? Somebody who jumped in during Dragonflight for World of Warcraft, first time playing WoW, they don't even fucking know that the game was just, it's one of those things based on the financials and the population. You could say that Wrath of the Lich King was objectively the biggest moment and the best time as a community for World of Warcraft. It was at its most healthiest state. They should know what works considering the success of releasing Classic again in 2019. Yeah, and you know what's funny is at the time, or a few years prior, right? Didn't somebody ask them at a press conference if they would ever consider doing it? And one of the head designers at the time was like, you think you want that, but you don't. World of Warcraft Classic. You think you want that, but you don't. The arrogance there to tell somebody what they don't and do want. And then when they finally announced and released Classic, yeah, I played Burning Crusade last night, and I you know what? I actually want to play. I told the group I'm playing no add-ons. I'm gonna do this one no add-ons, and it's fucking fun. You're reading the quest, and it's like, yeah, the Defias Brotherhood to the east. All right, let's go get him. Let's go east. That is cool. That is cool. I really wish I played WoW when it was in 2006. It was a different animal. And it's one of those things, dude, where we always talk about like you want to go back because you want the feeling of like, you know, being a kid in high school playing a game with all of your friends, and it's more about the feeling and less about the games. In some cases, that's not true at all. World of Warcraft was a much more rewarding and it inspired a much better sense of adventure back then. It was awesome. Now it's all about check boxes. Okay, I got to log in and do my dailies. I have to go here to get this. I gotta go do 4 delves to get this, to be able to check this. And it's a series of tasks. That's what WoW has become. WoW is a series of tasks. Whereas back then, it was kind of like, well, even playing last night, man, I was just like, I was running around. I was killing some kobolds. I went to Echo Ridge. I was like, man, I'm just going to go through here because I'm pretty sure I remember a chest being, and I just went and explored, and it was fucking awesome. It was awesome. So yeah, that's my rant for the day. I hate what mainstream gaming has become. And I hate that these companies, it's one of those things where you want to see people succeed, and you know, Blizzard deserves all the success in the world from the early days, but you hate when things get so massive that it completely changes everything about what they are. Cynic Turtle, you keep saying appeal to as many people, but when doing so, they alienate adult men. That is true. You're not wrong. They're not trying to appeal to as many people. This is just what they're saying to make it sound good. If they were, they wouldn't have avoided creating white masculine male characters. That is true. You're not wrong. They would have added these vibrant characters in addition to what we already had, but they do more than that. They erase masculinity completely. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yep. Apparently adult men are the largest group of gamers though. And Astro, I think that's why people are so negative. Right? When you look around and you see, and here's the thing. There's an argument to be made that for years, the white male gamer was represented in games more so than others. I would concede that, and I think if you really want to be honest with yourselves, I think you would have to. Yeah, absolutely. But that doesn't mean erase them. That means, like Cynic is pointed to, build upon that, right? Because then it feels like you're pushing people out of the space who again have been there for so long. Build upon it. But that's not what they're doing. I can agree with that. I think that's a fair point. There were tons of people playing private servers, still are. I remember my first experience with WoW was playing a private server because I was in high school. I was working. I didn't have a lot of money, but I didn't want to pay a subscription fee. I played a private server for like 2 weeks, Burning Crusade. And then the private server, I think it got shut down or something happened where we couldn't get on for like 2 or 3 days. And I was like, well, fuck this bullshit, dude. I'm just going to go get the battle chest. And it was a few months before Wrath of the Lich King was coming out. It was awesome. Dude, it was so sick. A lot of these people think men and masculinity shouldn't exist. Yeah, that is a tried and true thing that I've been seeing more and more of is the erasing of, they call it what is it, toxic masculinity. Do you mean men being confident in themselves? Yep, absolutely. I probably have a few thousand hours in private service. Dan, that's crazy. No, I love the game. I love what the game used to be, and I will say Classic does give me that feeling. It takes me back to when the game felt more rewarding. Just everything about it, man. It was just more rewarding. It was paced proper. You didn't have the constant dopamine hit. That's what World of Warcraft is now. It's built for TikTok generation. You need that constant dopamine hit. Boom, boom. Oh my God, I'm leveling up. I'm getting new gear. I'm getting this. Dude, Classic? Man, I found a chainmail belt. And last night I was questing. Found a chainmail belt early on in the game. I was like, oh man, that's so sick. Dude, give me 5 more armor. I'll take that. Yeah. You have to level up. You get an ability. And it's like, oh, nice. I'm so much more effective in combat. It's that slow burn. Toxic femininity is just most of the vids coming out of Minnesota. Wait, MN? Is that Minnesota? Or when you get your first cape that really is displayed on your tune, right? Or I remember, and you know what's crazy? It's been so long. I still remember my first mount. When I got my very first mount, you had to run all the way across. I was a human. Always play human alliance. You had to run all the way across Elwyn to the stables to buy that mount. And you had to grind for that, man. I think it was level 40. And you needed, was it 100 gold? It was a fucking grind. But when you got it and then you can sprint away and you hear the hooves going, you're like, well, this is awesome. Hell yeah. We just don't get that anymore. It was a journey to go that way to get it. Yeah, because you weren't going that way. That led Elwyn Forest to the east. I think it wasn't that the Red Ridge Mountains? What is this? Embark Studios CEO Patrick Soderlund revealed studio is working on 2 new games. The Eastvale Logging Camp. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They're working on 2 new games. Good for them. Arc Raiders has provided the company with the financial security and employment stability for the devs. Let's go. Bro, I think I might play WoW tonight. now I'm all on it, bro. I might play WoW tonight. I've been thinking too much about it. The zone to the east is Red Ridge. Yeah. Arc Raiders for the win, still going strong. They are. This game took right over. Good for them. Let me know what server. So I'm playing Burning Crusade Anniversary. So there's only one PvE server. Giving me the itch talking like that. I might play tonight. I know people want me to finish Red Dead, and I will. Is Arc Raiders gritty and more adult? I think so. Here's let me pull up an Arc Raiders trailer. So this is why I love Arc Raiders, and I think, you know, now that we're talking about it, you got me thinking about it. Arc Raiders trailer. So here's the launch trailer. There's a lot of there's a lot of the same kind of color palette and design in Arc Raiders, but let me give you an example here. Let's watch this.
Doors are closing in 5.
Look at the vibe and the aesthetic of the trailer. We got color.
They
right?
said the world above had ended. But endings are only for those who forgot how to begin again. So you learn to listen, to move quiet, think fast. Be ready to change your mind. Up there.
And this is yeah, and see, it looks like they're doing amazing financially. They are, and think about it, bro. There's women, right? There's women of color. There's people of color. There's women, the traders. There's like, and notice how no gamer is sitting there going, man, they're just fucking women. Nobody's saying that here because it's not agendally shoved down our fucking throats, right? This is exactly what I'm talking about.
The roads are twisted. The rules are gone.
Because it's not about that. Yes.
But if you were brave enough to wander and seek,
yeah,
who knows what you might find.
Hey, don't shoot.
Sound design's incredible. It's so good. It's got grit, but it's got color. It's got that retro, like, NASA punk vibe to it. He-Man Woman Haters Club, yeah. Like, that shot right there, contrast that with fucking Horizon Hunters Gathering or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, that's the best. Contrast this with Horizon Hunters Gathering. And look at the reception to this before launch compared to Hunters Gathering. I mean, it's right there in front of us, man. It's right there in front of us. It's clear that Embark also believes in the same agenda with body type 1 and 2 and not the very masculine male character option, but regardless, the game is good. These things are on scale, not just black and white. No, I agree. I'm not as bothered about the body type AB. I'm not as bothered about it. The big thing about it for me is the vibe and the aesthetic. And I think that's why when Starfield came out and there was a huge hullabaloo about that, I didn't really care because I thought the vibe and the aesthetic for me, you can see it's a woman and a man. Who gives a shit? They call it AB. I don't care. Fucking pronouns. Yeah, I don't care about all of that bullshit. I think that to me is all bullshit. I care about the overall product and what are they trying to sell you. And if they let's, and here's the thing, there's people in this chat that I disagree with politically, and like, I don't care. We can have those different opinions. And if you feel like you want to kind of, push your agenda in a body type A and B, I don't want to call them male, female. Okay, great. Give me good options for character customization, right? What does that lead to down the line? Because if it's just stopping there and then we can create our own character, we have okay, great, cool, whatever. You can do your fucking thing and let me do mine, right? But then when you have something like fucking Hunters, Horizon Hunters Gather, that name is so ass. You have something like that, I already know what I'm signing up for, Why change something that doesn't need to be changed, though? I mean, it's pandering, sure. It's pandering, but I think it's, what's the word? It's unintrusive, I guess, right? For me. It's unintrusive for me. I look at those things as a red flag. I agree. And when they pop up for me, I'm just like, oh, okay. Like every time you watch a fucking like a presentation and like the developers have the he him behind it. This is what every time it pops up, I look down, I'm like, oh, okay. And that's it. It's unintrusive. Whatever, do your thing. I don't care. Once it starts to actually like take over the whole identity of the game, that's how it wiggles its way in. Maybe, sure. Gamers would bitch if they had the male-female options. They always have. I mean, I remember the big controversy around Escape from Tarkov when I think it was a female streamer was asking when they were going to bring females into the game because they don't like playing as males. And that whole fucking thing blew up. It's like, you're never going to win. And so you just, I don't know. It's an interesting conversation. Starts unintrusive. Yeah, but I think you have to also hope and have faith that the market will push back against it, right? Because once it starts to be intrusive, push it away. You have to hope. And that's it. Because I mean, I'm just trying to think of like, you know, in the case of a World of Warcraft, I don't think it started unintrusive. I think we finished Cataclysm, and we saw at the very end that there were dailies. And then in Mists of Pandaria, if you guys remember, it was dailies all over. And Mists of Pandaria is regarded as a pretty high point in the series. And I thought it was the worst expansion from the future is now fucked point of view. I think it went totally off the rails there. And they started to focus more on daily and monthly active users and not the experience, right? And it happened in a snap, in an expansion, and there's no pushback from there. People thought it was a good expansion. Nothing we can do. We lost, right? You have to hope that people will push back, and that's really all you can do. What is this? I bet Joe would rate it an 8.9. What is this? Is it acceptable to eat pizza for breakfast? What kind of fucking question is that? It's acceptable to eat anything for breakfast. Everything they've said is a myth. Breakfast is a time of day, not a genre of food. Facts, dude. If you want to have bacon and eggs for supper, fucking have it. I'm not going to lie, though. This pizza kind of doesn't look that great. This looks like gas station za. But it's a big slice, so maybe that's cool. Dog, I've had cookies and cake for breakfast. Look at me. Do I look like the kind of guy that doesn't have pizza for breakfast sometimes? Okay. Matter of fact, it's really cool when you got a leftover slice of za from the night before sitting in the fridge. Toss that shit in the air fryer for 2 or 3 right before a stream. Let's go in. Let's get it going. Woo! Thin crust is ass, hot take. I mean, it's cool to be wrong. You know, that's true too. But it's all good though. It's cool to be fucking crazy. Consumer-driven economy. Markets will have to react or die. I was talking, actually, if I go to my profile, I was talking to somebody about this last night. Actually, I responded to somebody. Where is it here? Scroll. I tweet a lot. I'm sorry. By the way, follow me on X right here. So, Stroop Waffle, another creator, he responded to Teabag, who was tweeting about War Dogs being the next big thing. Now, does this game look fun? Yes, but if I were to go, we got Battlefield at home, a bunch of people would lose it. Point is, stop picking and choosing what games to rag on and let stuff come out. Now, Stroop Waffle's a fan of Highguard. He's been kind of not going to bat for them, but he's been kind of defending his position. He likes Highguard. Shout out to War Dogs. This looks super fun. I can't wait to try it and then judge. So he's basically saying, stop writing games off before launch, right? And then I responded, I mean, isn't that just market trends, though? People were clearly tired of games that visually look like Highguard did. I'm assuming you're referring to Highguard. Yet this visual style resonates with the current FPS market. That's really all it comes down to. It's not so much about Highguard. It's just the constant reaction to games in that way, no matter what it is. I just want people to shy away from the dead in 3 months or we got this at home mindset and just see what a game has to offer. Okay. And this is what I said. While I agree with the wait and see, I do think because so many games are releasing nowadays, the internet is going to filter out things before they even give them a chance. It's natural. How many more hours of Highguard do I need to play before I'm allowed to say it's not great? Well, and that's the thing, man. 20,000 games launched on Steam last year. There has to be a filter. And if the idea is that we need to try every game before we decide if it's good, bad, or if we're not interested in it, it's physically impossible. So what that creates is a market that will react to the products that you're attempting to sell them. And I don't know why this is viewed as such a bad thing. Who cares? Now, if the developers are sitting there getting death threats and shit, well, yeah, you guys are fucking terminally online losers. But if I come out there and say this game looks like shit before it comes out, I don't care if you get mad at that or not. I just don't give a shit. Like, whatever, you know? 40K hours? I don't think there's that many in a year. There's so many fucking games there now. I don't have to waste my time playing every game out there to have an honest opinion. No, it's facts. And the thing is like, as developers, you have to just understand the market that you're entering. There's so many fucking games out. There's so many games from so many different teams, and you have to be able to stand out or you get fucking drowned out. And that's it. Just like, I don't know, like it's toxic positivity. I'm not saying Stroopwafel is, but this whole notion that we have to be, I'll give him a chance. Fuck you. Just fuck you, man. No. What monitor do you use right now? This is a BenQ. It's a 4K 120 hertz monitor. 32-inch for my main one anyway. You don't need to play something to know you won't like it. You know you don't like a 44 Magnum to your head, but you never pulled the trigger. Like, what the fuck? Damn, that's an extreme example, but you're not wrong. Well, no, it's for me, like, I'm not a big seafood guy, right? I've tried them in the past. They sometimes make me sick, so I just tend to avoid it. If I go out to a restaurant and I ask the waiter what he recommends, and he recommends me to get the shrimp fucking seafood boil, and I tell him, no, I'm not a big fan of seafood. Is he going to fucking, like, get pissed off at me? Why don't you try it before you fucking write it off? No. Give me the fucking steak. Cooked medium. Leave a little blood in there. Give me the mashed potatoes. And fuck off. That's it. That's all it is. This is, I believe this is, this is OLED. What is this? This is the issue that we're dealing with. All right, let me have a look. I just noticed this Rainbow Proud Ally sign in the GTA 6 trailer. Maybe GTA 6 is a little woke. Let's see here. Proud allies of the diversity of diversity's treats. Okay. I get mad if you ordered a steak more cooked than medium. Can I be real? I grew up, my family always cooked them well done, drenched in BBQ sauce. A1 was a staple in my house growing up. I never tried a steak that was like medium until I was, I think, 17. Yark. I'll never go back. I tried one that was, I usually do medium because I can't do rare. Dude, the people that do blue rare, there's each side and you're fucking eating it and it's still mooing on the plate. I'm good, brother. You're a fucking psychopath, and I bet you have 6 heads in your fridge. You're fucked. I go medium because I like a good medium well, and I like a good medium rare, and usually the chef can never get a medium correct. So I go medium, just slice it down the middle. If you give me a rare, I'll eat it. If you give me a medium well, I'll eat that too. So I'm happy with that. I love blue. You're fucking psycho. You're an absolute psycho. And that's fine. That's why GTA is taking so long to come out. They saw the social trend shifting and now they have to reduce the woke shit. Maybe that's why it was delayed. I don't know. I tend to put no steak in something like that. I like my grass and mushroom caps cooked well done. Yeah, no, that's unfortunate. If my mom saw a tinge of pink anywhere in the steak, she won't eat it. My mom's the same way. Yep, and that's the thing, dude. It was ingrained in me. We'd be eating steaks and she would cut it into it, and if it had a little bit of pink, she would be like, "Is it pink? Oh, there's pink in that." So I was always taught as a kid, pink's bad. Can't have pink in your steak. Bro, my eyes were opened. Went out for a steak one time, and my best bud was just like, "Yo, I am sick and tired of you ordering fucking well done steaks. You're getting a medium this time." And I was like, "Okay." Fuck. Holy shit. Changed my life. Any inside news or word on War Dogs playtest? No, I keep begging them to fucking let me in, and I have been for a long time in private, and they just won't do it. They won't. I don't have any news or inside scoops. Steak can be red. It's ground beef. You have to be careful with, dude. Yeah, you people in the U.S. When I go down there and I get a burger, and you guys are just like, you want it medium or well done. It's just like, you're gonna cook that motherfucker until it's black. Okay, what are you talking about? You guys eat your burgers medium. That's disgusting. Ugh. I've always said everybody's accustomed to what their mothers like to eat. Dude, another one. My mom made us scallop potatoes once when I was really, really young. And dude, they were like, it was like crispy but watery. And they were the grossest thing. I love my mom's cooking, but some things she makes, man, bro, gross. And those scallop potatoes, dude, it turned me off of scallop potatoes for probably like 20 years. I would never eat them. They were like watery and crispy. Yeah. And then I had like actual crispy, like cooked scallop potatoes. Bro, holy fuck, man. I thought you're an American. No, I'm not. I'm Canadian, unfortunately. This channel just switched to food channel real quick. Look at me. We can dance around, okay? All right, we start talking about scallop potatoes, start talking about steak, pizza, whatever. It was the pizza tweet that somebody linked me. That's what it was. Fry, I think we had the same mom, same experience on both. Yeah. Motherfuckers eat chicken sashimi. Yeah. Yeah. Poutine. Barb, your scallop potatoes are fucked. Yeah. Go medium rare, next filet you get. Oh, okay. Now chat's hungry. This is how it happens every time. Speaking of food, can we get the origin story to the name Big Fry? Easy. Got a PS3. The day we were setting it up, had all my buddies over. We're going to play PS3. Okay. Setting up the PlayStation Network ID. And we all had McDonald's. I pulled out a huge fry, and we were trying to come up with a name for the PlayStation name. I pulled out a huge fry, and I was like, man, that's a big fry. Fuck it. Throw that in there. Just type it. I don't care. That's what it was. That was a big fry. And it was. That was in 2007. So, yeah, gamers. How high were you? I never smoked weed back then. The first time I smoked weed was two days before my 18th birthday. We were going to I live in Saskatchewan, which if you guys don't know is like the Bible Belt of Canada. And so you couldn't go to you couldn't go and see like strip clubs or anything like that here. They just don't you can't go to a strip club here and also go to a bar. Like you can't serve alcohol at a strip club. Like it's very weird. And the drinking age here was, what the fuck was it? It's 19 here, but it was 18 in Manitoba and Alberta. So we had to cross province lines. So we were gonna go smoke some weed out there, go to a nice little titty bar, whatever. And so I never smoked weed. My friends all did. And they're just like, you don't get high the first time you smoke. I don't know. You don't get high the first time you smoke. You have to smoke before we go. So I smoked, and then 2 days later, and I didn't get high the first time. I think that things have changed now. Again, that was like 15 years ago. Yo, what up, Crash? Yo, Luke 9K in the building. Rainbow Six royalty in the building. What's up, dude? And so anyway, we get a bus, or like we get like this. It was like a bus. When we go to Manitoba to go to the bar, and we smoke a little bit, and dude, I melted on the way there. It was crazy. I melted. Like it was an experience for sure. It was fun. First time I smoked at a Cypress Hills concert. Wow. First time I did edibles was at who the fuck was playing? It was Anthrax, Slayer, and there was a couple opening bands too. I had to leave halfway through the Slayer set. My first time taking edibles, I took 60 milligrams, and I had to leave. I was so fucked up. Anonymous, thank you so much, bro. Blind Spot is something. If you like the weird top-down part, I think you'll like it, though. Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I want to try it out for sure. Yeah, I was an idiot, dude. But yeah, it was Anthrax and Slayer. I'm trying to think of who the other opening band was. But I was so fucked up. But down in the lobby, they had a New York Fries. So we went and got poutines, and we were just, me and Buddy were just stoned as shit sitting in the lobby while Slayer finished their set. Just ripped. I take about 5 or 6 rips off the Benjamin Franklin. I can't smoke much anymore, to be honest. I just get mad anxiety. So I try to avoid it. Blind Spot is a great game, but it's just a copy. Yeah, it's like top-down R6. So that's why I wanted to try it. I mean, I played the demo and it was cool. It was a little janky, but pretty normal thing to way overdo it as a youngster. Got to find out your limit somehow. 100%. I was so stupid, bro. The most I've ever taken, it was a few years ago. Valentine's Day. We Fuzz and I had ordered some goodies, and I ordered 1,000 milligram edible like a dumbass. And this was just a few years ago. Just stupid. And then I opened the pack, and I was like, I'm gonna take this. And then I got really scared. I was like, you know what? Actually, I'm just going to cut it in half. I'll take 500 milligrams. That's how math works. So I took a 500 milligram edible. We watched Little Nicky, and I made it fucking 10 minutes into the show. And it was like panning through hell. And I was sitting there, I was like, bro, I don't want to go to hell. That would suck. Oh, fuck. And dude, gone. Gone. Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do stupid shit. Oh, don't do dumb things. What are you doing? Yeah, there was a time, man. Well, it was right after COVID and shit, right? So I was like, you know what? And I was like, I hate being like this. Don't do drugs, kids. But I was doing mushrooms during COVID. Like there was a bunch of shit I was doing. Hold on. What the fuck is it? Yeah, that's what it was called. Dude, there were times where, like just on a weekend or whatever. You guys ever watch Mandelbrot Zoom sequences? I'm too scared to get high. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I get it. I totally get it. There are people that just don't like being like out of like control of their own body, right? We've talked about this stuff before. What the fuck, YouTube? So there were times where I would take like edible mushrooms, and they were like in chocolate bars, right? And then I would just get fucked out of my tree. And you guys ever watch like Mandelbrot zooms? There are things like this where it just zooms for hours on end while playing music. Yeah. So there were times where I was just like doing mushrooms and just like watching this loop while just listening to like vinyls or something. It was awesome. I love those. Yeah, this shit is crazy because it just keeps looping and going forever. But yeah, I don't do that anymore. It's just it's too much. Are you going to jump into the Burning Crusade Classic? I did last night. I want to play it tonight too. I think that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, that was like my COVID, like, that was like my COVID hippie times. Oh, good times. They tried to just like lock us in the house. I posted it and he said he would. Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, still planning on reacting to Squadron 42. Sorry to keep asking. Oh yeah, isn't that no? I'm gonna do that for a video. I'm not gonna do that on a live stream, but yes, I do want to do that. Yes. Tool's new music video. Oh, cool. I didn't know they dropped new music. I tried edibles for the first time a few years ago. Buddy at the smoke shop recommended I tried Delta 9. Yeah, I don't know what Delta 9 is. That's something that's some US shit. And said it's so heavily regulated I wouldn't feel it. Yeah, never believe that. Gives me a bag of Mike Tyson ear bite gummies. I've always wanted to try those. We went when we went to Vegas. I wanted to go to I went to Planet 13, but they didn't have any of the Mike Tyson stuff there, unfortunately. Can you give us a quick recap of Squadron 42? Yeah, so Squadron 42 is like the single player portion of Star Citizen that just doesn't seem to ever want to come out. I know, Blackout. I got to send you a message. I know. I just got too much stuff going on. But yes, 100%. Yeah, Squadron 42 is like the single player portion of Star Citizen with so many like big name actors that is never coming out. Every time I hear somebody mention it, it's always like, yeah, it's supposed to be coming out this year. And then it feels like it's like a year and a half later and it's still the same. Yeah, it's supposed to be coming out later this year. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to try it. But like, good Lord, what the fuck's going on there? What is this, Bob? What did you link? Oh my God. It was a few years ago. Valentine's Day. We, Fuzz and I had ordered some goodies, and I ordered 1,000 milligram edible like a dumbass.
What a dumbass,
This was just a few years ago. Just stupid. And then I opened the pack, and I was like, I'm going to take this. And then I got really scared. I was like, you know what? Actually, I'm just going to cut it in half. I'll take 500 milligrams. That's how math works. So I took a 500 milligram edible. We watched Little Nicky, and I made it fucking 10 minutes into the show. And it was like panning through hell. And I was sitting there, I was like, bro, I don't want to go to hell. That would suck. Oh, fuck. And, dude, gone.
It's true, dude.
Holy.
It's true.
Gone. Man, I don't even think I saw Adam Sandler yet. I don't even think we got to the point where Adam Sandler was on fucking screen yet, and I was already gone. And that's like 3 minutes into the movie. That shit hit me like a fucking truck. By the way, Luke, appreciate the 6 months, dude. Just found out about the podcast the other day, so just been binging all the episodes while I work. Shout out to the Push to Talk. Shout out to Crash. Yeah, no, it's been fun doing that. We got some more bangers lined up here for the next couple of months for like devs and interviews. It's gonna be super dope. Berserker coming through 29 months. Thanks for reminding me of Deadlock. Super fun, but I'm so bad at it. You'll get better. Deadlock is definitely a learning experience. I think the best way to learn Deadlock right now is do the Street Brawl mode. It's very quick games, and you can find you can find out what characters you vibe with in terms of their abilities very quickly. Is it full legal in Canada to order stuff? What do you mean order stuff? It's weird. So you can, like, we have dispensaries like every fucking 10 feet where I'm at. England with the 86 months. Jesus. And so you can go to the dispensaries. You can also get stuff ordered through like Canada Post, like through the mail. But there are like gray market stores that pop up that have other stuff on them. So like unregulated, like weed that I don't really know. Like it comes from companies, but I don't know the legitimacy of them, you know? Like it's not like government stamped, right? So everything that you get at a dispensary is like government stamped. It's government weed, right? And then there's websites that you can order from that aren't government weed. And so, yeah. But it's weird. There was one store I used to order from. And then I went onto the site one day and it was just like, this domain has been seized by the RCMP. And I was like, oh, fuck. Well, I hope they don't show up at my door. And that's when I learned about, some of these sites actually aren't legitimate. Got it. Okay, cool. I struggle with good movement in Deadlock. There's a lot of people that are moving around like it's Titanfall and rotating in seconds. Yeah, I posted my gameplay in that video, and I got a lot of people telling me that I need to slide more. And literally, I've been playing for so long, and I think my groups told me before, but I totally forget that if you slide in that game, you have infinite ammo. Totally forgot about it. So dodge and slide as much as you possibly can, especially if you're killing jungles and minions only. I tend not to slide when I'm fighting other players. I usually just try to do the dodge and just basic movement. But yeah, or if you're killing like mid boss or something, just slide and you'll just have, infinite ammo for your for the duration of the slide. I have a prescription for it, and it comes from the same company you find in weed store. Yeah. I try not to promote it much. I find that in the gaming space, a lot of companies don't really like to like deal with you or work with you if they find out that you smoke or promote weed, which is strange. But I definitely don't smoke near as much as I used to. I might go to a dispensary like once every 6 months. In Poland, where I live, we still have restrictions having more than 1.5 grams. Yeah, there was a long time throughout Transience's development. I stopped smoking, and that's mainly because I don't know. Smoking brings out like if you're in a weird mindset, or if you're having a bad day and then you smoke, it like for me it like ramps that shit up. And there was a lot of times during Transience, man, like I'm stressing about finances. I'm stressing about like, well, what are people going to say? You know, is like, there's just a lot of anxiety comes to the surface. So for a lot of Transience's development, I just didn't smoke because it would just throw me right off. I heard the new generation doesn't like to drink. Well, they can't fucking afford it anymore, man. Like, I remember like when we were graduating and we got to drinking age, man, the bars were packed here every weekend, every single weekend. And we were out there like just partying. Now, dude, everywhere's dead. Nobody wants to go out because why pay double for a fucking drink that already costs double than what it did 6 years ago if you get it at a like just at an ice factory or something. 250 beers were big when I was drinking, bro. We used to go to I don't know if you guys know what Boston Pizza is, but that was our place of our drink of choice was what the fuck do they call them? Fish bowls. You just get a drink in a fish bowl. Fish bowls, baby. Dude, and I'm saying like, man, did we drink. Holy fuck. We used to do things where if you said the word mine, so like that's mine, you would have to drink your entire drink. That was our game. So what would happen is they would bring in a round of fish bowls and I would grab one and be like, yo, whose is this? Oh, that's mine. And then, all right, well, now you have to drink the whole thing. There were times where we would polish off like 15 or 16 fish bowls in a night. Drunk off our fucking asses. It was ridiculous. That was a good time. But yeah, nobody goes drinking anymore. I'm 33 and drinking is punishing now. Well, and that's the thing too, right? Like back then the hangovers sucked. And so like why would you want to do that to yourself? So I guess like if that's the case, you don't want to, you know, just wreck yourself the next day. I totally get it. But the cost to go out now is ridiculous. Did you see the new Horizon co-op game? Yeah, we already talked about it. We're just shooting the shit now. Liberation, what's up, dude? We're just shooting the shit. Yeah, no, it sucks. I'm not a cider guy, but I love Thatcher's Blood Orange Cider. That sounds good. That sounds good. Ryan Coke fish bowls all night. I used to get trash cans is what they called them. And it was a bunch of different alcohols and then mixed with a Red Bull. That cider does sound good. I'm not a big cider guy either, but I would try that. In my older days, I like to, if I see like an IPA that has some sort of like, you know, orange or like a just a fruity beer, I like to try them. Usually they're shit, but on my 21st, I had a small bucket of an Adios. I got destroyed. What the fuck's an Adios? What is that? With age, I get almost no hangovers. Dude, I can't drink for shit now. It's brutal. I like to have a couple of drinks when we do American Truck Sim. That's fun. I've never woken up from a night of drinking and been like, I'm glad I did that. Yeah. Yeah, because like in my city or in my town, we would hit like BP's and then there'd be like a local bar across the street that'd be open later. So we would go drink to fuck at BP's, go over there, And then we called it the Bermuda because we just walk in a triangle. We'd cross the street after that bar shut down. And then everybody would meet up at 7-Eleven. Small town shit. Everybody would meet up at 7-Eleven. Everybody would get chicken, and then everybody would go home. It was awesome. It was actually awesome. This bar did it differently. They took a shot of every drink at the bar, topped it with some Sprite, served it in a bucket. That sounds disgusting. That sounds disgusting. I've never been sick when drinking. Consider yourself lucky. Club 107 in Toronto, $2 beers. Still? Yeah, we never... It sounds like swill. Yeah, that's... yeah. We always did IHOP after closing when I was bouncing. Yeah, that's sick. Yeah. There was one time this kid I went to high school with. Everybody ended up at 7-Eleven. He was a crazy fucking guy. He walked into the back and fucking went into someone's locker and grabbed their uniform. And he just dressed. He got into uniform and he started going behind the till. They had to call the cops. It was just a shit show. just small town shit like that is hilarious. I've never had a hangover. That's crazy, actually. Playing through Transients, man. Loving it. Hell yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you for giving us a chance and checking it out. That's dope. What level are you on? I wish I went to bars to drink, but my health is so bad I can't drink alcohol. I want to be fucked so hard one day drinking. No, you don't. No, you don't. A lot of good memories, you know. But no, it's really not worth it. Probably still on level 1 like a bitch, you know what I mean? Don't really get hangovers either. Didn't start drinking until my 30s. Oh, really? Maybe that's what it is. I started drinking when I was 13, 14. That's back in the day where you had to like try to get one of your older friends to pull you alcohol. I once got kicked out of a metric show for trying to visit the band's dressing room to say hi. And then apparently I snuck back into the venue through the back kitchen and got thrown out. Oh, damn. If you plan to drink, remember to drink lots of water. Yeah, lots of water. Alcohol dehydrates. That's why your head hurts, guys. Yeah, a lot of water. Do a 1-to-1. If you're going to have a beer, have a glass of water with it. I'm actually liking this new PUBG game. See, I told you guys it's not bullshit. You guys totally wrote it off when you're like, oh, yeah, that looks fun. Looks like door kickers. Like, I played the demo and it was janky, but it was kind of cool. It's top-down Rainbow Six. I drink 8 bottles of water. Like right now, you just drank 8 bottles of water? That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. Yep. Yep. Bourbon. I just don't see any point in drinking. Nowadays, it's nice to have a drink, you know? Have a beer with a steak is fucking, like, dude, there's like nothing better. Well, it's a PUBG Blind Spot. It just came out yesterday, Luke. It's top-down Rainbow Six Siege. I'm 5 years sober. First 6 months was rough. Well, so for me, man, like I wanted to, we were spending so much money drinking. And so I stopped going to the bars while all my friends did. And I just needed something to fill my time. So that's why I started YouTube. I started looking up video editing, learning Adobe and Photoshop. And that's kind of why I'm here. Because I started to get addicted to just video editing and making videos on games. It was so much fun. And so pretty much all through my 20s, like I started that at like, I think 20, what year would it have been? I think I was 21. So so here's my life. I started drinking at 13, 14. And we drank all the way until I turned 21, and then I stopped drinking. That was me. I got it in early. I was drinking a 750 of bourbon 2 nights all throughout COVID. Had to reset. Yeah, brother. Yeah, brother. You need to fucking reset. Well, it's funny when we started when I was a kid. I would get the I think they were called 8.0 cold shots, the Molsons. Or was it the Coors? One of the two. And they were like little baby Red Bull cans of beer. You know, that was like my introduction to it. That and Mike's Hard. Because Mike's Hard tasted good. And that was dangerous as a kid. So yeah, I got to 21 and then stopped drinking. Then I started being a YouTuber. Oh, fuck. The cold shots. Hell yeah. Super easy to shotgun a cold shot. I don't even think they make those anymore. I made a rule where I can only have a glass on weekend nights. Yeah, I think for me, I just like fell out of like, I was never like addicted to alcohol. We were just bored, you know, like as kids growing up, like there's like play video games and then do what? Fuck it. I'm going to go over to Buddy's house. We're going to play fucking Soul Calibur and have some drinks. Like that's just what it was. Nah, they don't. It was promoting fast drinking. It was dangerous. That makes sense because that's exactly what happened. They say I was free from alcohol for 11 years before breaking the streak, and then I turned 12. Yeah. Yeah, 4 locos. Yeah. Yeah, now I just don't even think about it. It's like, I'll just fucking have a drink, whatever. Just wait till you have your own children, big fry. Oh, I'm not having kids. If that's what you want to do, things will change. Enjoy what you can. No, I've never wanted kids, to be honest. I didn't have any problem stopping. Just love drinking when I game. It's just the best. Didn't have any problem stopping. I just couldn't do it. What's up, Big Fry? You still taking Blue Chew? The fuck is that? Have you tried Blue Chew Gold? I don't even know what that is. Should I know what that is? What the fuck is... Wait, do I gotta Google this? Should I Google this? I'm scared. What the fuck? A telemedicine service offering sildenafil? What the fuck are these? Chewable tablets for patients. Chewable tablets for better sex. Brother, I don't need that, dog. Dick pills? Oh, well, see, there you go, guys. Guys, don't image search it. Hold on, let me go. Let's have a look. Let's see these fucking hogs standing up. Okay. Oh, so, oh, wait, is this like a chewable Viagra then? What the fuck? Oh, God. Dude, now every fucking ad I see on the side of pages is going to be for dick pills. Go fuck yourself, man. You asshole. He meant Blue Waffle Gold. Oh, I ain't Googling Blue Waffle. The fuck out of here. What do you think I am? You think I'm new? You think I'm hip to the game, brother? I grew up playing Moonbase, where some dude told me to look up cheats. Your Google ads just got fucked. You guys remember the game Moonbase? Hold on. Yeah, there it is. Dude, holy shit. Wait, Moonbase Alpha. Okay, this isn't what I'm talking about. Moonbase. There was a game back in the day where you were just like astronauts on the moon. You were astronauts on the moon. And I remember somebody saying, because you could see Earth out in the distance, and somebody in the general chat, it was like an MMO kind of. Somebody in the general chat was just like, dude, there's a website that's showing you how to get to the Earth. And it's like, it's a cheat you have to do. And they told us to look up lemonparty.org. You guys remember Lemon Party? Dude, I fell for that one. That was before Rickroll was a thing. I fell for that one. I searched it up and there's just 3 old men sucking each other off. I was just like, that image is ingrained in my head. And that moment told me, that moment is the one that taught me not to trust people on the internet. Holy fuck, man. I don't know, dude. That was the internet we were raised in, you know? That was the stuff we got. We were a different animal, different breed. Yeah, lemon party. Yeah, dude, that's how you get to Earth. Just search up lemon party. There's a fucking 11-year-old kid. That shit, that sticks with you, you know? I can still see it. Meat Spin. I've heard of Meat Spin, but I've never been to the site. Got told to look text chat codes for Moonbase. Got shown Funky Town Gore instead when I was a kid. Ridiculous. Did y'all ever fall for the Alt F4 trick? No. BME Pain Olympics. Yeah, that was a bad one. God, yeah, dude. The shit that we were watching at 13, 14. Holy fuck. The internet is wild, man. There was want me to link you Meat Spin? What, do you got it on your bookmarks bar, you fucking weirdo? Get out of here. Get out of here. Got it fucking tabbed and bookmarked up. Remember Best Gore? No, I don't. There was a website. I don't know how the fuck we found it. It was called Forced Existence. And that had some fucked up shit on it. God. Yeah, that had some fucked up shit. The internet was wild. I was like 14 at the time. My bro told me it's a kid's show when I was small and showed it to me. I was traumatized. Yeah, brutal. Jesus. You guys remember Happy Tree Friends? Yeah. I remember the first time I got a copyright strike on YouTube. I put some gameplay up for Star Wars The Old Republic while it was in alpha. That was back in what? That would have been 2011, 2012. And I put some gameplay up, not understanding what NDAs meant. And they make you go through and watch a video that explains what copyright is. And Happy Tree Friends was like the explanation for the copyright. That was weird. That was back when YouTube was YouTube. Yeah, those beheading videos that used to just float around those sites are so jacked up. The one that stuck with me, it wasn't a video, it was an image of somebody that got ran over by a vehicle. And like they were like wrapped up in the tire. This shit's fucked, man. And that's just on the internet. You can just go see it. And specifically there are websites just designed all around having that shit on there. So strange, bro. You remember having that one grown adult in your friend zone? Yes, I do. I do. Yep. You know, and it's weird now that I think about it, she was a little older than us. There's a she. It's you usually hear stories of like creepy old dudes hanging around. She was a she. She was a lot older, but she pulled us alcohol. Where were our parents? Man, it was a different time back then. Like, I remember just like telling my mom, I'm going out. I'm going to run over to Buddy's. Yeah, all right. Just like text me when you're coming home. And that was it. Like there was nothing. Our phones were about like communication and that was it. And then sometimes, yeah, your parents would text like, hey, a cougar. No, she wasn't that old. I mean, fuck. Well, we were like 13, 14 and she was like 18, 19. Something like that. It was, now that I think about it, it was kind of weird. Maybe she was like 17, 18. It was a little weird now that I think about it. Remember when YouTube had Bum Hunter with Steve Urban? I remember watching bum fights. Yep. You posting the push to talk today? Yeah, yes, I will be. Oh, I got to link that to you, Crash. Yeah, let me do that. I will do that. Let me get that uploading right now, actually. That is right. Today's Friday. I'm a dummy. Yeah, let me do that. Let me get it uploaded, Crash, and then I'll send you the link for it and we can run it up. Let's see. Dude, I need another hard drive. I'm posting this one today. Here we go. I'll get it uploaded. Yeah. My bad. I didn't even realize what time it was. Same. My main, secondary, or an external are nearly full. So, okay, this is what I have. So, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 hard drives. But a couple of them are like 240 gig SSDs. I should probably just replace them. My gaming recordings hard drive is 2 terabyte and it's almost full. And then I have a network drive for all of my live streams, which is an 8 terabyte. And that one's about half full. But the drive that I keep all my YouTube videos on, I have a 2 terabyte 2 terabyte drive. And then I have a YouTube archive where I keep all of my archive videos. And my main YouTube drive is almost fucking full. It's just too much file. Cause like I actually just recently I had to delete, I kept every video that I've ever uploaded since 2017. And just recently I had to delete it because I was running out of space. I had to get rid of them. So literally I had every thumbnail, every Photoshop file, every video. Like I had everything. And I finally had to fucking clean that hard drive up because it was full. Sounds about right for a content creator like yourself, though. Yeah, what I want to do is I want to invest in like a hard drive hub that just has like terabytes of hard drive space, just external, and move everything over there and just keep it over there. I like your Creed shirt. Thank you. Yeah, we saw them last August. It was a great show. I'm just able to run those links and may not be able to later. Yeah, I'll get that to you, Crash. Guys, I think I'm gonna call it there. So what's gonna happen is tonight, what time is it? 2:45 now. So in about 3 hours time, I'm gonna be live exclusively on Twitch. This was less of a news show and more of a shit talking session. I hope you guys had fun. But I'm gonna be live exclusively on Twitch tonight. I'm still debating what game I want to play. I really want to do World of Warcraft, but I'll let you guys know. All right. I appreciate you guys coming through. It was a great conversation. Great yapping sesh. Good catch up. I'll be back live here on YouTube and Twitch on Monday, as well as X. I guess we're live there as well. Y'all have a good one. If you want to come through and just continue the shit talking while also just playing some games, come through to Twitch, twitch.tv/BigFryTV. I appreciate you guys, man. Have a great weekend. If I don't see you again, take care.